Psi Phi Pi. We're trapped in a time vortex that has been corruptly created by Alexander Brill's team in the 1800s. There was a nuclear explosion in the 1800s that caused disaster around the planet, and the buried blocks of Melbourne and the fracturing of Tasmania from the mainland of Australia was the result. Look at the maps. To me, there's no doubt an event occurred that separated Tasmania from Melbourne. Nuclear explosion. So the cosmologist Alexander Brill and his team, using Winkler's numbers and all the methods of statically indeterminate loads, assessing them and trying to find ways to use that energy. They knew the energy was there from their cosmology work, and by messing around with it, they caused an explosion accidentally, and so that entire world was smashed apart, and then there was a reset, and all the buildings appeared, the old world buildings, because that was how they were living. They started to construct like this. We had the ideas of how they wanted a society to be. This is the German Empire, and they were building these wonderful, really, really great cosmopolitan areas, cities, based on mass concrete and mass buildings, and everything was natural concrete, no reinforced stuff anywhere, no Portland cement. Had this explosion, these buildings reappeared. That's the moment that we're now stuck in this time loop, and there's been at least one other reset that's taken us back to that period in that intervening period. When we go to this, and that's the time vortex. So going back to the plastic modulus of oil and seeing the flicking, that's the difference. You're moving in time. Yeah, you're down here at the really infinitesimal. You're not splitting the atom, you're analysing it. It's internal forces without damaging it at all. Why would you do that? So we're now corruptly stuck. Because this nuclear explosion occurred, it corrupted the piece of matter, the ice, the water. So it's not, I thought it was ice, it's not, it's water. Everything is ice. It's plastic modulus of oil, ice, and a drop of water. And that water is flicking, suspended in its own field. An electromagnetic field is created, so there's a sphere inside a field inside which that drop of water exists under this maximum compression. The effect that it has on our lives is that we're stuck in this time vortex. That water has become corrupted and it needs to purify itself by going through a magnetic pole switch. Click, click. And it will reset back to north, but in a different position at last, because the angle that the planet is currently sitting at is what's looping us back to this moment all the time. And that how the elites control this is that they know this. There's a way of carrying information from across the veil, so that when the switch comes and we die, when we're reborn, in the new proteins, we carry the knowledge with us. So we're the same person in this new body. And it's really confusing for everyone. But if you know this, you can just take control. And the aristocrats, and that's how they do it. The funding of the Portland Cement Association by the Sex family links this all beautifully together. So we may end up back there. It'd be like the episode of Star Trek where they go back to the 20s. I think that was the message. That may be where we're going in terms of what the planet looks like. And we go, right, think about how beautiful the wildlife, the nature would be in the 20s if we end up there. If we carry the knowledge, we the people carry the knowledge instead of the elites, when we come into the new world, we'll be ready for it. And that's the new world of the future, the sci-fi future. A landscape will be created ready for us. If we can visualize it now, when we come back, it will give us what we've visualized. But it'll be we. Yeah, I am love. So when you take the position of I am love, what does I want to see in the future? What kind of a world does it want to see? I. What does love want to experience? It wants to experience itself. So you build a world based on love and heart and loveliness. And if it looks like the old world empire, I'll be very happy. And if it's got all the technology with us, even better. If it's run by ourselves with this level of consciousness, it's a science fiction future has begun already. Comes at a go, like that, in one jump. I've been working on this for years. You have to do this really fast. So learn the message of forgiveness. You're a child. You're a helpless child. Look to adults for leadership. And we'll guide you to be back to adults really fast. The sweeter you've behaved up to this point, the easier that will be. If you've been really bad, just accept your position as a slave and I'll tell you what to do. We'll look after you. Okay? But you're just going to do what you're told. Welcome to New Earth. Psi Phi Pi.